Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to the vlog today, man. You know what it is. It's K510 Automotive Group, and we about to give y'all another video today, man. I'm with my brother.
Yep. Tony Al.
Instagram and everything. I'll put it below. Yeah, today we're gonna be doing a lot today, man.
Got 2 huge projects, man.
For real, man.
It's gonna be a busy day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If you don't know already, we're inside the E39 540. I make a run to the Advanced Autos, charge up my battery for my E24. I haven't touched that car in about the whole winter, probably like what, 6 months?
About 6 months.
I'll try to make some progress on it today. But I'll turn back on the camera when we get back to the car. Just gonna run to the Advanced Autos real quick. I'll see you in a little bit. Guys, we back, but we're not all the way back yet, man. We just dropped off the battery for the E24 at the Advanced Autos. It says it's gonna be about 30 to 40 minutes to charge it up. We're on our way to get some coolant for the E39. So yeah, man, when we get the coolant, we'll check back in and start getting to work. All right, y'all. What's up, guys? We just came back from the Advanced Autos to get the battery. It was getting recharged. But we're not messing with this right now. Right now, we're gonna head on to the E39, and we're gonna redo all the hoses for the E39, man. But it's been long overdue, man. We got all the hoses for the cooling system. We got the upper, lower, and the transcooler line too. So, and we got a temperature sensor for the engine. Well, we might not need to replace this since we don't have an issue with it, but since we got a new one, we might as well swap it. The first thing you do when you're starting a coolant job of any sort, make sure you release all the pressure. You start by like slowly turning your radiator cap or the expansion tank hose. In this case, we don't have a radiator cap, we got an expansion tank, and we're just gonna slowly, if you hear any like type of pressure, just let it go. You know what I mean? Don't turn it. You see that? That's enough to let me know not to open it all the way. You know what I mean? Let it slowly ease out. You can hear it coming out like shh. You know? Just let it ease out the pressure, man. Before you you take a hot bath. And I mean hot as in melting your skin hot, you know?
Hotter than grits.
Hotter than grits, for real. But I always do, any cooling job I do, I always make sure release the pressure and always drain the radiator. Like I'll go to the radiator drain and I always drain it. I mean, people say, oh, why you drain the whole radiator? That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, man. Sorry, guys. We'll get back to y'all when we start draining the radiator. And I don't think we have to make much room. We probably might take off the air duct housing, the duct hose for the intake. But everything else I think we can get to fairly easy. And if you don't have like a jack or something, we got a ramp that we just dropped up on, so it's easy to slide in and out, you know. But yeah, man, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. You know, leave a comment, turn on notifications, support the channel, man. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for all the love and support, all the subscribers that are subscribed to the channel. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being a K510 Automotive Group member. You know what I'm saying? Soon we're gonna start having T-shirts and stuff like that, and you know what I mean, when we get bigger, man. Right now we still creeping up there on the ground level. You know, like we right now in the mud. You know how everybody say I get it from the mud. Like, this is the mud part right now. You know, we just slowly creeping up. And, you know, just about being you, being yourself. And we are car guys. Me and my younger brother, we've been in the car since a kid, playing Hot Wheels and model cars, playing, you know what I mean, playing Twisted Metal, and you know what I mean, just video games, and you know what I mean. So it's deeper than just buying fancy cars and fixing them up, or going to insurance auctions, buying cars, and you know, generating views just from that. Oh, I bought a Hellcat, watch me rebuild it. Nah, just something that was in us from kids. My dad loved cars. I remember growing up, he had like a Chevy Blazer, fully customized with exhaust and rims, and you know what I mean, just in our blood. So we got a platform to express that, and you know what I mean, keep it real with people and communicate and reach out. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do, man.
Yeah, deeper than the surface.
Yeah, man, it's deep, man. Deep. And this is my beauty right here. I haven't spent any energy on it, any time, any love. But today, I'm finally gonna get to her, man.
It's about to get some TLC.
Get some TLC for real, man. Damn, man. See, I even use it as like a storage unit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
She about to get some loving.
This is one of the cars that I really want to drive, man. Like, since I've seen his body style, I've been in love with it. Like, I don't know if you guys familiar with that movie Paid in Full, which is one of my favorite movies to this day. You know, Ace Boogie always drove in it. You know, he had the navy blue joint that he, you know, made his drops in. That was the main car that he was in the whole movie. You know.
Yeah, I hope you know the first day you get on the road, I'm busting some champagne on that joint.
It busted champagne like on the scene when he had his baby, man. Like they like gave it like a shower. Anyways, if you know, you know what I mean. If you don't know, you can go back and look at Paid in Full. It had Cameron in there. That was like one of the legendary movies, man. For real, at least for my childhood. Even though we wasn't allowed to watch it, but you know, we still got to see it. You know what I mean?
Made it happen.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, on this one, what we doing, we're just gonna be changing the injectors, because the injectors are clogged. This car has probably been sitting for the past, I think the previous owner said it's been sitting for like 5 years, and I had it sitting for like a year, you know, just on ice. I mean, I did like small videos. I replaced my fuel pump. What else I do to this? I think that's all I did so far was do the fuel. Oh no, I did a crank sensor, the fuel, both fuel pumps. I did a fuel tank restoration, but you know. So hopefully today we'll get it to crank and start and actually run for a few moments. But sooner or later we're gonna be rebuilding this whole motor, man. We're gonna be resealing it, doing head gaskets, transmission pan. It's an automatic, so I just want to kind of like bring it back to its glory, you know. It's going to be like a retro mod, you know, because to go fully restoration, I don't think I can afford that, you know, but I definitely want to make it look cool, put it on air suspension, put the deep dish BBSs, you know what I mean? Like, I just want it to look fire, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, we'll get back to y'all in a little bit.
Just like that.
Alright guys, so the first hose we're gonna replace is this small hose that goes to the trans cooler. Just like right here. It's a lot of oil leaks down here though, but it's gonna be this line right here. Here, I don't know if you guys can see, it's like right here. And this little, it's easier from the top. Watch your feet, bro, because I don't want this hot shit to get on you. I'm just gonna push it off.
You see?
Yeah. Push it off.
What for?
Just so you guys can get a better understanding what I'm doing. So this hose was on the cooler. So all I did was pick up the clip like this. Use a pick. You can kind of get on it. Oh, sorry. Get on it and pry it up like that. pry it up like that, and then I use a bent angle pry bar, sorry, and then I pushed it off like that, push it off to that nipple that it goes into. So we're just gonna let it drain out. You guys can see. Let it drain out for a little bit.
Man, that's a lot of coolant.
So while that's draining, we ain't gotta waste no time. We can get the top hose too. So the same thing, we're gonna do use a pick, kind of pry on it. See, we got the top one right here. This one up here. That's from the engine. So. Then it's always good to have an angle pry bar. You can just. Oh shit! Hold up. I got another one at the bottom too. This has 3 hoses. Well, 2 hoses. Sorry. There's one down here too. And this is our sensor right here. You can see it's leaking too, so we are going to replace that sensor. The coolant temperature sensors right there. Alright, let me just take this cover off. Oh, lock back, sorry. This is pretty cool. Like you just press the button and it comes off.
He's taking off the panties.
Yup. We got those off. Just so you can get a better idea of what sensor we're talking about. It's right here. Temperature sensor. It's on the thermostat right here too. It looked like it's been leaking, so I think this new sensor comes with an O-ring.
Got a lot of corrosion on it.
Yeah. Now that's like dried up coolant.
Yo, the cap is leaking bad.
I told you. This thing is hot as hell though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's hot outside or what, but this thing is on fire. Fuck. On fire for real, man. There we go.
Fuck that motherfucker.
That motherfucker hot, you feel it? Motherfucker hot for real. Hey, what's going on, guys? Just checking back in with you guys, man. We just finished the upper radiator hose, the trans-cooler coolant hose, and now we're installing the lower radiator hose. Hold on, bro. Always when you're putting on hoses, you want to lube up your connections. So especially these snapping hoses. So these are what we had. It's the upper, the trans-cooler, and where's the lower? This is the lower. This one looks like it's been replaced before. Here's the old sensor. Alright guys, man, we finally finished placing the hoses. Now we're gonna bleed the system. Just gonna grab the coolant. Yeah, you gotta get a new cover.
Yeah, I was looking at it. Hey man, it don't look right.
Alright, when you're bleeding BMWs, this is your bleeder screw right here. You usually want to take it off. You got the coolant? You usually want to take it off and fill up the reservoir until it comes back up from here. When you see it coming up from this bleeder screw, that's when you know that the system is topped off. So we're going to go ahead and top it up. We're going to go ahead and top off the reservoir. Alright guys, we're just gonna bleed the coolant system. I don't know if you guys want to see us bleed it. It's pretty basic. Make sure you turn your heat on in your car. Like turn the thermostat to heat, turn it all the way up, and run the engine. Make sure that the system is topped off. And once you start feeling the heat come through the vents, or the real way you know that the system is fully bled is when the car turns on, when the coolant fans come on and the temperature is steady. You know, that's when you know the vehicle's cooling itself down. Not because it's overheating, but because it's getting warm. You know, like the temperature, you know, the vehicle needs to cool down. So alright guys, that's it for this part of the video. We will be shooting another video in a few minutes. We're going to be working on the 6 series, installing new injectors right now. So stay tuned for part 2. But this video today is a wrap. I want to thank you guys for rocking with us and actually watching the whole video and dropping likes and all that stuff. Thank you guys in advance. All right, thanks.